Senior political analyst Dr. Jayathilaka notes that Sri Lanka did not prepare for the Cold War against international LTTE reservists following the end of the war. Dr. Jayathilaka made this statement during a book launch held in Colombo yesterday.
A book titled The Total Destruction of Tamil Tigers was launched in Colombo yesterday. The book was authored by Professor Paul Moorcroft, a military historian, as well as the director of the Centre for Foreign Policy Analysis in London.
The mistake that the Sri Lankan state and regime have made was that they did not understand the limits of the splendid victory that they had achieved. It was not understood that the Tiger reserves or the Tamil secessionist reserves were still intact and could not be tackled by hard power, by military means. So there was a complete failure to understand the strategic environment in which Sri Lanka was placed in the post-war, post-victory situation. And that the Tiger reserves were intact. And combating the Tiger reserves meant being ready to fight a Cold War, which is now being fought against us. Fighting a Cold War means moving from tactics and strategy to grand strategy, of which there is no conception in the Sri Lankan regime and state. None whatsoever. If there had been a conception of grand strategy, which takes the global battle space as one, then it would have been realized that the Troika had to continue to manage the relationship with India and make good on the fundamental deal that had been struck, which permitted Sri Lanka to win the war. And that is, there would be devolution through the full implementation and the expeditious implementation of the 13th Amendment. The failure to do that meant that having told everyone else to go to hell while carefully managing the relationship with India, the Sri Lankan state began pretty much to tell the Indians also to go to hell.